You're watching the AM show, gone by sports, but on Wednesdays we bring you AM Business. So we're following that up with AM Business today. Now, the Millennium Development Authority, MiDA, says it is exploring avenues to get the government to introduce new regulations that will ban the importation of electrical gadgets that do not have efficiency stars on them. However, traders of imported appliances are objecting to this, suggesting government rather endorses their products with energy efficient labels. My colleague Karen Dodo has the rest of the story.
The Millennium Development Authority is working on banning the sale of appliances without the energy efficient labels. An online article by international media house the BBC in 2012 quotes the then head of Energy Commission, Alfredo Fosu-Ahinkra, that there will soon be a ban on the importation of old appliances, particularly refrigerators. This is because many old fridges contain chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, which damage the Earth's ozone layer. However, almost a decade down the line, the menace still prevails as some major streets of Accra have their pedestrian walks filled with appliances. The Millennium Development Authority, MiDA, the body responsible for the management of the Millennium Challenge Compact, an initiative to boost the energy sector, has introduced the energy efficient labels to educate the public on energy conservation. Over the years, the authority has also been doing its best to ensure that energy is used efficiently. I paid a visit to the authority where I interacted with the head of Energy Efficiency and Demand Side Management Project, Sylvester Ayayi.
There are 4 activities under the Energy Efficiency and Demand Side Management Project, which is the development and enforcement of standards and labels, improve energy auditing, education and public information, and then the demand side management activity as well.
Okay.
So what we are doing is we are developing standards and labels for energy consuming appliances. And we are looking at 21 products. Okay. Which was when the compact was developed. You know, this funding is coming from the US government through the Millennium Challenge Corporation. And energy efficiency is really key because, just like you said in your intro, people purchase appliances because they're cheaper. But long-term wise, you spend more because they are not energy efficient. So the energy efficient ones are a bit more expensive, but then the payback period is very short. And then there's more money to do other things. So you want to encourage people to rather purchase the energy efficient appliances.
Okay. For air conditioners and for refrigerators, now we have the energy efficiency stickers on them.
Yes.
Could you explain to our viewers what exactly these stickers represent and how important they are for energy conservation?
Okay, so there are some basic information on the stickers. We call them the labels. So we have the labels and then the energy performance standards.
Okay.
So the labels basically tell you if the appliance is efficient or not. So somebody will say, when you look at, you know the stars on the labels.
Yeah.
So the more stars, the more efficient the appliance is.
Yeah.
So you want the ordinary Ghanaian to go to the market. You give them that information where they know that when they go into the market, they look out for the label, the appliances with the labels, and you tell them that the more stars the appliance has, the more efficient it is. But besides that, it also gives you the energy consumption, annual energy consumption of the appliance. So all this is part of the project we are doing where we have to educate the public in terms of knowing the type of appliances they have to purchase and why they have to purchase those.
Okay, now there's a list here. You're giving me a list of several other appliances that you intend to use. So I have the ceiling fans, television sets, satellite decoders, and the list goes on. And looking at all these appliances, our markets are flooded with the second-hand types of these ones. How do we ensure that these items on the market or these appliances on the markets don't end up in our homes?
So basically what we do is we purchase the standards from international standard setting bodies, ISO, IEC, through the Ghana Standards Authority. So we have main implementing entities, the Ghana Standards Authority, the Energy Commission. So we purchase the standards. They have a technical committee who look at the standards, review it and adopt it to Ghanaian standards. And then we have a consultant, a Ghanaian consultant, who draft the legislative instruments, or you call it the regulations. These regulations go back to the Energy Commission. Okay. They have a technical committee, their board look at it, the management, and then they accept these. I mean, they review the regulations, and it's accepted before it goes to the Office of the Attorney General, and goes to Parliament for promulgation. Because until it becomes law, you can't enforce. So you have to go through all this process. So, you know, the standards, when you look at it, they've been grouped into lots. Yeah. So what we are doing is we take them in lots. The draft legislative instruments are drafted, and it has to go to Parliament for promulgation. Okay. So the enforcement is key, because if you have the law, you can't enforce it. Exactly. Then at the end of the day, you can't. It doesn't work. So the enforcement is really key. So
far, for refrigerators and air conditioners, we have the LI.
Yes, those are existing LIs. And then for domestic lighting too, we have existing LIs. But all these are also being revised again under this project.
So does that mean that for lots 2 and 3, I'm talking about other appliances like solar panels, batteries, microwave, we can't do anything for now?
So we are developing the LIs for them as well. It's part of the project. Okay. What do you mean? We can't do anything in terms of enforcement. Yes. Yeah, there are no LIs for them, so you can't really enforce them. But then after the LIs have been promulgated by Parliament, we can enforce them. So that's why we have the consultants and then Ghana Standards Authority and Energy Commission helping us with that, and it goes to Parliament for promulgation. Then we can do the enforcement.
Okay. So for Lot 1. When you go to areas like La Paz and even parts of circles, refrigerators especially, you see a lot of them out there. Is there a way that we could also give our energy efficient labels to these ones? Because I'm yet to see some of these imported ones with energy efficiency labels. Is there a way we could check them and then give the labels there so that it will also inform the buyers as to what exactly they should look at?
So these are mostly second-hand equipment, so we can't put the labels on them. Okay. So before the equipment, the appliances are imported, you need to get, we have a third-party lab. They certify these appliances to make sure that they meet the minimum energy performance standards, and then the label is applied. Okay. So most of these equipment, appliances that you see on the market, the second-hand ones, they don't have the labels.
And it's not possible to do that?
It's possible to do that, but then if they don't meet the minimum energy performance standards, they can't put the labels on them because they have to meet the minimum performance standards. I'm not sure they do.
So somebody might say, maybe I would have to pay for the extra electricity bill. I can bear that cost. Why should that be a problem?
When you look at it, if you say that you can afford it, then at the end of the day, the gas emissions that goes out affects us all. Because yes, you can afford it, you can pay for it, but at the end of the day, you're not going to make the system reliable. The electricity that comes in is not going to be reliable because the wastage is very high. So it's important that we educate the public, those who can afford, those who can't afford, that for electricity to be reliable and sustainable, we need to move to energy efficiency appliances, which long-term wise will save us more energy than wasting it.
Are we going to reach a time where we can ban the importation of these appliances? And even
yes. So even the refrigerators and air conditioners, you can't import them without the labels, but we still find them in the market.
Exactly.
So that's why enforcement, I know that Ghana Standards Authority and Energy Commission are doing the good work in terms of being at the various spots, and most of these, they seize most of these appliances which don't have the labels. So we just have to continue working together with the law enforcement agencies, Ghana Revenue Authority, all of them, to make sure that we continue to educate the officers to prohibit, so that these appliances don't come into the market. Because at the end of the day, if you flood the market with them, then they consume more, people have to pay more, whilst that money could be used by the household themselves on other things.
After my chat with the MiDA authority, I decided to visit a popular spot for the sale of electrical appliances, mostly fridges, to find out whether they are aware that their products are harmful to the society. Agitated, most of the traders did not want to go on record as they believe the plan by government to eventually ban the importation of appliances would destroy their business. So I decided to secretly record them.
For a long period. I bought 1147. Obia Onimono Onim say use items, a quality, a standard. What you say? A hard body. What you say? Uncle told new one. Because we're not for a long period. For a long period. I bought 1147. Oh, Tinana Obia Onimono Onim say use items, a quality, a standard. What you say? A hard body. What you say?
They, however, noted that despite the introduction of the energy efficiency labels to distinguish the new appliances from the old ones, business is good as demand for used appliances are still high. Why? According to them, the quality is better.
Because yeti advert bebre ewo radio sine and network bebre say home use in a talent, home use in a talent, and so sanity. Because omon beto na and most yani bimusu na waha. Ya waha a day to me when you cost say omon the returns are bebre ukomu busama omsi fridge na say or bito dana onko odruf your soya 1 hour ma bia the next day na motor ashina the aba. And a home use, Obia used to home use about 30 good years, 25 years, 10 years, or my complaint. Into a new difference, your brand new home use. And I, your Jumano, your advert, our radio. So, Mamma talk on an ede, Moya advert. And yes, I win your advert, and Mawunia Biso and Mameto. That means a home use near Papa. Cecilia Minaba, met much of Phrygia, Sakita Mijano, who can say, who fridge we now the compare brand new me the brand new cracha wa ompe obefa me home use no.
So what this gentleman is saying is that although government is advocating for us to use brand new appliances, he believes that the brands that we have for the already used, the second-hand ones, are more quality compared to the new ones in the system. That's the reason why customers still come in and buy the already used appliances rather than the new ones, which are what they believe are inferior brands and quality compared to the home-use ones. Clearly, there is still a lot more work to be done to educate Ghanaians on the need for energy conservation. After several interactions with sellers of imported home-use appliances, their concerns are simple. They are calling on government to also give their brands the energy efficiency labels because they believe their brands are more quality and superior to the new ones that can be found in the system. And they're also saying that if government insists on us using only new appliances, then the good quality brands should be imported rather than what they believe are inferior. Reporting here from Kaneshi, my name is Karen Dodu for Joy Business.
Very revealing indeed. The other side of the story also now being told. That's all for AM Business this week. Join us every Wednesday as we bring you AM Business, detailed business stories right here on the AM show. We're thankful to EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. When we come back, we've got Kwete Nate's latest expose on confiscated vehicles to share with you here on the AM show.